action. Hello everybody, my name is Michael and welcome back to my channel. Oh hey, if you're new here, again, my name is Michael. I make a lot of videos about, honestly, a lot of things, but main themes in my videos are like minimalism, being, you know, a young professional. I don't know, just like everyday things, but those are kind of the main themes. So if you're new here, hey, good to see you. And if you're not new here, hey, welcome back, good to see you too. Today's video, I'm gonna be talking more about my kind of relationship with minimalism. I made a previous minimalism video a few weeks ago, and I think there was a lot of interest in it. So, honestly, that's kind of a topic that I think about a lot. So I figured I would just kind of sit down, talk to you all about kind of what my ideas are for minimalism. Again, I think minimalism can definitely be unhealthy, like getting rid of everything you own, and it's just like, for me, I don't treat it that way. All right, so minimalism, you know, whenever you think of the term minimalism, like I think of like, obviously Marie Kondo, she like coined that whole term and she's like the minimalist queen. But you know, you think of like very sterile, very kind of neutral colors and like nothing on tables. No, you don't have any possessions. You only have like one of everything, and it's like very simple, very clean, very organized, nothing. Like I think of, if you ever seen that Kim Kardashian house tour, and like her house is literally all like gray concrete everything, and there's like nothing. It's like all simple, cold, clean. That's my like ideal vision of minimalism. And for me, that's not exactly true. Like I personally, I love color. I love vibrant things. Like I love this lamp because it's just very vibrant. I love this blanket on my bed because it's like yellow. I love this shirt because it's a nice purple. Like I love things that like catch my eye. And I think even with minimalism, like people just think it's all of a sudden just like modern, just like boring colors. Like that's not it. You can still be a minimalist and like still have things that are really, you know, curated to you. I think that's one of the kind of things that I'm learning with these minimalism trends and like my personal journey with minimalism. Like I sometimes don't even say I'm a minimalist. I feel like if anybody comes into my apartment and they see my stuff, yes, they would consider me to be more minimalist. Like I don't really buy a lot of materialistic things. Like if I'm buying something, I'm gonna use it. Like I'm thinking like every now and then I like buying clothes because I love, you know, looking good and feeling good in a nice outfit. I spend a lot of my money not on like items. I think I spend a lot of my money more on like experiences. So I go out to restaurants and I go to bars a lot. You know, I'm always spending money on food. Travel, honestly, like I don't make that much money, so like I'm not like I'm not like going to Puerto Vallarta like every summer or anything. Like I travel within the US, so I like to spend my money on that. But yeah, I will say that I've always been the kind of person to spend my money more on experiences over materialistic items, but that's not to say that I don't do that. Like I would say if I scanned my whole apartment, which was actually one of the things I talked about in my last minimalism video, was every 6 months you should be doing a complete scan of your place and seeing like with every item, have you enjoyed it in the last 6 months or have you used it in the last 6 months? And I would say like I do that with my apartment, and I use everything that I currently own. But I'm no way a minimalist. I would say like, you know, you see those crazy extreme minimalists like counting all of their material possessions, and it's like less than I don't know, like less than like 500 items total. That's not me. Like I have a tiny little 500 square foot apartment. And you know, like I would like a bigger place, but honestly, 500 square feet for one person is kind of a lot. And I would say I've expanded my life and my material possessions to fit in to this new apartment. This is the first time I'm living by myself. So, you know, moving into this new apartment, I've never really lived on my own before. I had to like buy things so I could do that. I had to buy all kitchen things. I didn't have to, but I definitely, you know, lifestyle inflation kind of thing where like I've kind of just like seeped into this entire space, and as a result, I've just like gained more things, and that's totally fine. Like when I was like in my early 20s, I moved around. Maybe a lot of you do this, but I moved around a lot. Like I used to live in Seattle for like 6 years, and I'm not joking. For that entire 6 years, like I did the math, I averaged living at one place for about like 10 months. So I'd live somewhere for 10 months and then I would move to another place for 10 months. So like I lived a lot of places. And, you know, I think just like being more fluid, and I'm not gonna say nomadic because that's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Like having that lifestyle of being in your young 20s and like bopping around, I had to essentially pack light. So I never really took the time or the energy to like get nice things, because I would either, you know, whenever I moved, I would get rid of things, and just like the thought of having to move so much stuff really stressed me out. And that's where I think it's kind of my relationship with minimalism is kind of unhealthy. Like that time of my life, like I don't like that. I did not have any hobbies because I didn't keep anything. I kept like all of the things that like, I don't know, I just needed to live, rather than like having things to like live more comfortably. And now as I'm like approaching 30, I could never do that anymore, but just kind of interesting. I think as I've grown older, I've always been intentional with my space and the things that I have, and I'm always ensuring that I'm using everything I have in this apartment. I think I'm very like anal in the sense where it's like I get really overwhelmed with clutter and I cannot deal with it. If you saw my apartment, I'm like hyper clean, which is hard for a lot of people. But like I hate messiness. I hate clutter. So I really just wanted to make sure that everything in my apartment I actually used. And if I didn't use it, I would give it the boot. I'd get it out of here as soon as possible. And I think that's been kind of working really well for me. I am always kind of taking inventory of what I have and kind of assessing what I need and what I don't need, you know, every 6 months. I think I'm very intentional of like what I even bring into my house going forward. So like everything I bring in, I like really thoughtfully think about. It's great. I feel very stress-free when I come home. My place is very well decorated and it's clean and there's not a lot of stuff, and that's the way I want to live. But like, again, who's to say that will be how I feel like, you know, later. I feel like when you get into relationships and like you move in with somebody else, you know, your lifestyle kind of has to change a little bit to kind of cater to, you know, your partner and your relationship. So it's like, I'm happy for now, but again, I'm not like gung-ho kind of hoorah, let's do minimalism for the rest of my life. Like eventually I'm gonna, you know, be some peace of mind, calm guru. I'm just trying to be realistic. Like it's good for now. And that's kind of all I need. So let me know if you're kind of in the same boat as me. Again, I follow a lot of minimalism YouTubers, and they're all like, I love their content. I feel like that's all I kind of watch, but like, I don't know, I could never be as intentional as them and as minimalist as them. And that's okay. I think everybody has a different relationship with like material possessions. And And so I wanted to share my perspective on that, you know, wherever you are, if you are overwhelmed by the amount of stuff you have, just don't be. Like, everybody's totally different. Don't even think about it. If you want to declutter, then I support that. And if you don't want to declutter any of your things, like, then just don't. Like, nobody should be in the place of, like, you know, telling you what to do and how to live your life and how to, like, curate the space you live in. So that's just kind of my thoughts. I feel like, yeah, a lot of minimalism YouTubers, they're like one specific set of minimalism, and I guess I didn't really relate to that or vibe with that too often. So I wanted to get my perspective on things out there. So with that's kind of the video. I kind of just like rambled, but I hope that's kind of helpful. And if you like this kind of content, yeah, please subscribe to my channel. Comment what your thoughts on minimalism are. Again, I like engaging with you all. I think it's fun. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. A goal for 2024 for me is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I'd really appreciate if you subscribe. That would really help me out. Yeah, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.